Hey there, I'm Brittany Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. I'm excited to chat about the topic today that I have chosen because I think this is something that plagues entrepreneurs in their journey of starting a business. And that is when to work for free or discounted. As a business owner, the decision of whether to work for free or offer a discount, it can be a complex one. And, we really struggle with when and how and all of the things. On one hand, providing services at a reduced rate or pro bono, it can help build relationships. It can showcase your expertise, and it can also open doors for new opportunities. On the other hand, it's really important to ensure that your time and your expertise are valued appropriately to make sure that you are sustaining your business and you're actually making money. In this podcast, I am going to discuss the factors to consider when deciding when to work for free or discounted and how to strike that balance. The first thing is understanding the value exchange. So to work for free or discounted, it's crucial to understand the concept of the value exchange. Every business transaction involves an exchange of value between the provider and the recipient. Sometimes that is money, sometimes that's time. While money is awesome, there are other really intangible benefits to consider, such as exposure, networking opportunities, or even just giving back to your community. So let's talk about when to work for free. Okay, building relationships. Working for free can be a really effective strategy for building relationships with potential clients or partners. When you're offering your services as a gesture of goodwill, you can show your expertise, build trust, and establish a solid relationship with individuals or different businesses or organizations, and this may lead to future paid opportunities. It's just another opportunity to really get to know somebody by working with them. The next thing is showcasing your expertise, showing them that you are good and that you're an expert. Sometimes the opportunity to show your expertise and skills, it can outweigh the immediate financial gain. So offering free services to high profile clients or your ideal clients or some really important projects can serve as a really powerful marketing tool. It can position you as an expert in your field, and it can help you attract attention from potential clients or collaborators or different businesses. So that's another example of when to work for free. The next one is supporting a cause. Working for free can also be a way to contribute to causes or organizations that align with your values and your missions. Pro bono work for nonprofit organization, maybe community initiatives or charitable events allows you to make a positive impact while leveraging your skills and resources for the greater good. I think that I'm a big believer in when you give, you open yourself up to receiving. And I'm a huge advocate of, using your talents to help others and help different organizations. I like to find organizations that I have the same values or something I'm passionate about and give. And I've also learned it's a great place to, when you're donating your time, again, it's another opportunity to build relationships with people that are your ideal clients. With every business that I've started, I have understood that there is a brand building phase. And I've said this many times that it doesn't matter how amazing your product or your service is. If you don't have effective marketing, you'll struggle. And one of the best marketing tools you can have is word of mouth and relationships, building relationships. When I first started my real business, and that was my photography business, I had recently moved to a new city. And so I did my market research. I identified where my ideal clients were. And I was a high school senior photographer, and I identified the different schools that had people that would invest in photography. And, during this time, I learned that I had to network, and I had to meet people, and I had to do stuff for free because I wanted to get my name out there. I shot for free for almost 8 months and often. But during this time, what I was doing was I was building relationships. I was building my brand. I was showing my talents, my skills, my expertise. I was networking. I was donating to local events. And, I was doing all of these things. But just as I was beginning to get frustrated, that's when my business exploded in the best way. And I learned then that a lot of times, 80% of your business comes from 20% of your effort. Is that right? Did I say that right? I think that's right. But I learned that I was shooting a ton. I was networking with all of these different people, but it was, it ended up being just a small group of people that were really started to refer. I remember the year it was like 2 or 3 moms, and I had done a ton of stuff for free. These 2 or 3 moms were like my sales team, and they were getting me so much business. So I have learned the power of doing things for free and building these relationships, how it's really, I was really able to leverage that in my business and see the results. And my business just boomed after that. It was awesome. So the next thing that I want to talk about is that's free, but the next thing is when to offer discounts. Okay. Again, attracting new clients, you can obviously do free or you can do discount. When offering discounts, it can be a really effective strategy for attracting new clients, especially if you're in a competitive market. So say you have a product or service and, it's a competitive market. There's lots of people out there that are doing what you do, but that you're better. You know that what you offer is different, unique, and better. Sometimes that is something that just gets people in the door, is just that discount. Then once they work with you and you establish that relationship in the brand, then, the word of mouth will do the marketing for you. So providing maybe an introductory offer or a limited time promotion, it can really incentivize prospective clients to try your services and experience the value you provide. And this can lead to long-term relationships and repeat business. And sometimes that's all it takes is just, a little bit of a discount to just kind of push them to start working with you. When I have clients who are new in business and they're struggling with their pricing, I really want to charge this much, but they don't have the experience. They don't have, the record to really back it up. But they're trying to attract clients that are going to be their ideal clients. I often recommend pricing themselves higher for maybe what they want to charge in the future and then offering a discount. And the reason that I tell them to do this is that ensures that the new client understands what the investment is to work with them. So when they refer, they don't tell their network a lower investment. And then what that does is if they're telling them, oh, I got it at, say it's 50%, this is how much she charges, or this is how much they charge, then people are going to go in thinking, okay, I'll pay that much. But if you say, hey, they charge this much because you have communicated to them, hey, I charge $1,000 or whatever, but I'm giving it to you for $500, then they're going to tell their network, oh, she charges $1,000. And you're not devaluing your brand because you're letting them know that, hey, this is a discount, but this is what I charge. Okay, the next thing is fostering loyalty. Discounts can also be used as a tool for fostering loyalty and rewarding existing clients or customers. I love to give my clients or customers, a discount or let them do stuff for free because I want to show, I appreciate you. You've invested in me. You trust me. I want to do this for you. So I think it's a really great way to really foster loyalty. So offering these special discounts or maybe a loyalty reward to repeat customers, then it's going to keep them coming back because you're building that relationship and it strengthens that relationship and it encourages referrals. Okay, another time to offer a discount could be maybe fill in slow periods. So maybe you have a slow season, maybe it's during the holidays or maybe it's during the summer, whatever it may be. But during those slow periods or off-peak seasons, offering discounts can just help to stimulate demand and fill in the gaps in your schedule. By strategically discounting your services during these times, you can really maintain a cash flow and keep your customers and clients engaged. Okay, I've talked about discounts. I've talked about free. It's super tricky. It's super tricky because it's our time. But there are different things that you can do to make sure that you are striking the right balance. So while you're working for free or offering discounts, it can bring benefits. It really can. And it's essential to strike that right balance to ensure that your business remains sustainable and profitable in the long run. So here are some tips that I have learned from my experience in finding that right balance. The first one is set clear boundaries. This is so important. And I often say a boundary is usually set after somebody has violated something. So how many times I've done this a number of times where I will say, okay, I'll do this for you. And then for free or for discounted. And then maybe they show up late, or maybe they don't do what I asked them to do, or, hey, this is part of your agreement. And then I've learned, okay, I have to set a boundary here. And it's really important that you set these boundaries up front. So define clear criteria for when you are willing to work for free or offer discounts. So consider factors such as the potential for future paid work. Remember, when you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to another. So when you're saying yes to discounted or free work, you're saying no to something else. It's an investment of your time. And we just have to remember that. So make sure that you are setting those clear boundaries. And often when we don't set clear boundaries, what ends up happening is we feel resentful. A good example of this, and we've all dealt with this if we have a business, is when friends and family want to use your services or products. And we often feel obligated to offer a discount or even do it for free, but we may feel underappreciated or undervalued. And then that's when the resentment sets in, where, we get frustrated because we feel, underappreciated, or, they don't really appreciate what we're doing for them. So set clear boundaries from the beginning, and you can avoid a lot of negative feelings. And sometimes those boundaries are with the potential clients, but sometimes those boundaries are with ourselves. I've had to set boundaries with myself where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do this no matter what. During busy season or during this time, I can't do free because I don't have time, and then I'm stressed, and then it comes out in other ways. So set clear boundaries. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way, but do it. I promise it'll pay off. Okay. The next one is communicate value. When offering discounted or free services, emphasize the value that your clients or customers will receive. Let them know, hey, this is how much I typically charge. This is what it is. And then really articulate that this is, that they're getting a discount or whatever, but this is the value of that. A word to the wise, and this has happened to me many, many times, and this is why it's important to communicate value, is say you decide to trade. And I love a good trade. I love a good trade, but make sure that you communicate the value of it, and that you are trading like a dollar for dollar or hour for hour, whatever it is. And they understand that. There has been times, for example, more so in photography, but I would trade photography with somebody, and, I was making, $2,000 to $2,500 on my photo shoots. And that's how much I was charging. And I would, reach out to somebody, maybe somebody who to do my hair or something. And I would say something to the effect of, hey, I would love to trade. Well, if I'm paying $200, $250 every time I get my hair done, but my sessions are like $2,000, the trade is, okay, you need to do my hair 8 or 9 times, and the trade will be, it will be equal, it'll be fair. And so many times when I first started, I really got taken advantage of. I would trade and I'd be excited for a trade, but then I'd realize hey, wait, they got the way better deal, And so it's just really important to communicate value. Okay. The next one is limit free work. While occasional pro bono work can be really beneficial, be cautious not to devalue your expertise or undermine your worth, because you don't want to be doing it so often that people don't really value it. So set limits on the amount of free or discounted work you're willing to do and ensure that it aligns with your overall business strategy. I had a colleague, and she was actually a photographer. And I remember she would always offer these mini sessions, these discounted mini sessions. And it ended up hurting her business because what had happened is people just expected it, that she was always offering these discounts. And so, she didn't have a lot of business that were willing to pay full price because she'd offered a discount so much. And I see that, I see that often where people are like, hey, like maybe they sell digital course and it's like, oh, discounted price or whatever, like this is a one-time offer, but they're doing it all the time. And then what happens is people will never pay full price because they expect those discounts. So be really careful when you are offering free or discounted that you don't devalue your brand, because then people won't be willing to invest. Okay, the next kind of a tip is upsell and cross-sell. When you're offering discounts or free, consider opportunities to upsell or cross-sell additional services or products by bundling services or offering a complimentary add-on at full price. You can maximize the value of that transaction and offset any discounts provided. So say you're trying to get your name out there and you are a life coach or something. One of the things you can do is, hey, I want to offer you 3 complimentary, coaching sessions. And then when those 3 coaching sessions are up, then you can upsell them and say, hey, I would love to keep working with you. This is what I offer. And so then it will kind of offset that free work that you're doing. So those are my tips and strategies that I have learned over the years. The decision of whether to work for free or discounted is one that you really need to take in consideration a lot of different factors. And I think it comes with time and experience that you learn, because we're all just learning in the beginning and we want to get our name out there. We understand the power of our product or service, and we understand we have to get it out there. So sometimes that's how we have to do it. And there are lots of benefits that come with offering discounts or doing stuff for free. And, it really does. It works. It's a great tool. It's a great marketing tool, but you have to make sure that you are doing it appropriately so that you can maintain your business. You can sustain like your time, and you're really like making a profit at the end of the day. By understanding the value exchange and knowing when to work for free or offer discounts and really striking that right balance, you can really leverage these strategies effectively, and you can see growth in your business by building these relationships and by making an impact and marketing yourself. So I hope that you found these like tips and strategies helpful. I know it's something that we often are faced with when we are business owners. So take the time to really understand, when and where, and set the boundaries and do all these things. And I promise you'll be so glad that you did. I hope you all found this very helpful. I know it's something that we all deal with, and I will see you all next time. Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.